the church or the government or other institutions that you better do what we say or this whole scandal is going to come out. So this is about blackmail. Please continue.
Well, again, you know, I am all about a person's privacy. A lot of people out there are like, oh, well, if I had something like that going on, I wouldn't want it out there. I'm not concerned. Well, no, I was concerned about Senator Graham's privacy. But his privacy is secondary to the proper functioning of our republic and American lives. If what I did the other day, even for those that disagree with me, if it ends up in saving one American life of the thousands of Americans that are being slaughtered needlessly every year because our borders remain forced open, then I'll take any heat that I have to take. And the thing about it is I talk to people in South Carolina and Washington, D.C. that aren't just gossips and rumor mill people. They're movers and shakers, Democrats and Republicans, people that are near the inner circles of power in both the state and the federal government, and they know. It's like one of Washington's worst-kept secrets. And my past experience when I used to work for the Democrats when I was a younger and more liberal man, youth, I worked for gay politicians. I discovered things about how these politicians interact with each other. They would compete in business and politics, much like what you described, but they would never go too far with each other, Alex, because they had the equivalent of a political nuclear weapon on each other, mutually assured destruction. They would compete in politics and business, but never go too far and collaborate quite often because they each had the ability to destroy each other. And if you did not share their perceived liability of homosexuality or whatever it was. And some of these people were married with children for the whole postcard routine, okay? These people, one of the things about it is not all homosexuals, but some of the homosexuals in politics are very much into creating vast and elaborate illusions that can be detrimental when applied to government to their lives. And I picked that up all over Lindsey Graham, and I was like, you know, I am 99.5% certain of Graham. I need to take it off the table. And the only way I can take it off the table is to bust it out on that speech. And, you know, I get up there, Alex, and I on these stages in front of thousands of people, and I beg the federal government to take some action to stop the billions of dollars in tax resources being stolen from us by illegal aliens, to clean up the political corruption, to secure our borders, the thousands of Americans being murdered by illegal aliens that have been in and out of our local jails, and nobody listens, and nobody says anything. But I'm sure that one of the most powerful men in the world is a homosexual and doesn't want it to get out, and he might be influenceable because of that. And all of a sudden, it's on 9,000 websites, and I'm being attacked by Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert on Comedy Central.
Well, it's not going to work. I mean, Americans know that this blackmail system, whether it's money laundering, drug dealing, bribes, sexual escapades, constant, administrations. I mean, look at Bush, who was for open borders and the rest of it, with the gay madam and the press corps and the hundreds of midnight visits by Jeff Gannon and his male prostitutes, Bohemian Grove being in the mainstream news, top gay porn star Chad Savage and others, quote, servicing the moguls. This is almost a rite of passage from my research to get in to the club, and this is why they're so corrupt and so easily controlled, is because a large percentage, and you worked in Congress, I mean, if you had to dead reckon it, sir, what percentage up there are doing things sexually, whether it's heterosexual or homosexual, that could destroy them?
Well, it's really hard to say because, organized crime is the same way. They look for a person that has a vice with any illegal behavior, illegal income, illicit drug use, marital affairs, homosexuality, anything like that that they can use. Usually involves a supply or facilitator mode. And there seems to be this blend between both the tactics and actual financial systems of organized crime and our own government. Right now, I have U.S. Chamber of Commerce groups and representing Miller Brewing and Bank of America that seem to be working hand in hand with drug cartels that are importing all these people. And so the fusion, and we see that from Point South, from Mexico Point South. In a lot of cases, the organized crime syndicates control most of, if not all of, some of these governments because they are multi-billion-dollar, heavily armed with their own private army type.
And that's why Mexico is merging so nicely with the whorehouse that is Washington, because it's a corrupt state. And the mainstream media will out a congressman if they haven't been playing ball, but they won't if they are playing ball. That's why the internet is equalizing that now, because we can just out them all.
Well, they're outing their white male straights. Look at what happened. Look at the trend lately. John Edwards and his love child, the Governor Sanford of South Carolina, Governor Elliot Spitzer of New York and his hooker. Okay, the straights, the last of, I will say, the white male heterosexuals in the Democratic and party.
Yeah, that's the word I get from Washington. They're discriminating. They're saying if you're not in our club, then, being heterosexual is... I saw that in an election article where they're telling somebody he can't run because he's not gay enough.
Well, there's actually been a thing out of, I think, Philadelphia, in a state house race up in Philadelphia, a woman who is outing her male opponent, claiming that he's not gay. He's hetero. And she's busting him out. She says he's pretending to be gay because there's such a large gay vote in the House district that he's pretending to be gay just to win the election. And there's no outcry or backlash about the outing of a white
So it's almost like England, where if you're not a Mason, you can't be in government. And if you're not gay, you can't be in our government. Stay there. We're talking to a gentleman who has a lot of political power and has a very good reputation for not making stuff up. William Gheen is our guest. We're going to come back and get more into this situation. Then he's going to give you a report on the state of our union and what's happening in Arizona. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Jim Newcomer with Midas Resources, talking today about change. Not the change we were promised by President Obama, but the reality that we must face in these changing economic times. With our national debt currently exceeding $12.5 trillion and our unfunded liabilities totaling over $107 trillion, the value of the U.S. dollar continues its slide into oblivion. There's still time to ensure your financial security with precious metals, but you need to act today. Call me, Jim Newcomer, at 800-686-2237, extension 104, and we can explore how Midas Resources can help you secure your financial future. With our government continuing to find new ways to spend our money at the expense of our children and grandchildren, there's still time to acquire a true hedge against inflation with precious metals. Call me, Jim Newcomer, at 800-686-2237, extension 104, and we'll discuss how you can take physical possession or convert your IRA into precious metals before it's too late. 800-686-2237, extension 104, and make the commitment today to retain the security you worked a lifetime to establish.
Attention landscapers, house painters, carpet cleaners, pet sitters, gutter cleaners, and anyone who has their own home service business. Would you love to build a huge and loyal customer base fast? Well, now you can. Introducing the Magic Yellow Flyer. The Magic Yellow Flyer marketing system is the most effective and inexpensive way to build a referral-only service business in a short period of time. Get new customers and build a solid customer base. Throw away all of the other ineffective and expensive advertising methods. You need need the Magic Yellow Flyer. Corporate America is destroying our country, and it's time to rebuild the backbone of America. No matter what business you're in, the Magic Yellow Flyer marketing system will work for you. Don't have a home business? The Magic Yellow Flyer comes with 15 hot home businesses that you can start at a minimum cost. Visit MagicYellowFlyer.com. That's MagicYellowFlyer.com. Put the Magic Yellow Flyer to work for you today. Visit MagicYellowFlyer.com.